Let's see how this goes.
From the director, who apparently gets a lifetime pass because he made The Dark Knight, comes the movie everyone
Lifetime? I don't know about that.
ambitious and original, but also made them say, what's he doing in a space bookshelf? Interstellar.
Yeah.
The
That
Earth
was
is really dusty.
a little bit confusing there.
Okra.
You're saying it's the last harvest for okra ever.
Matthew McConaughey
Oh, no!
stars as Matthew McConaughey, barely pretending to be a guy named Coop. He's a pilot turned corn farmer, struggling against the words trying to escape from his mouth.
The farmers we sit here every year when the rains fail and we say, next year.
But above all, he's a father to his beloved daughter Merv.
Right?
Murph! Come on, Murph. Make him stay,
Says her
Murph.
name a lot.
Don't let me leave, Murph! Murph! Murph!
And his son Tom, who by comparison he couldn't give two shits about.
I forgot.
I will.
I forgot Timothy Chalamet was in this one.
Five-dimensional space to write NASA's coordinates out of the dust particles in his daughter's bedroom. Don't worry, we'll get back to that. He'll embark on a mission to save the world with the help of Christopher Nolan's trademarks. On-the-nose dialogue about character motivations.
You were good at something, and you never got a chance to do anything with it.
The tiniest possibility of seeing Wolf again excites me.
I can't watch you go through this. I'm sorry. I thought I could, but I can't.
And dumbed-down analogies so the audience can keep up.
If a black hole is an oyster, then the singularity is the pearl inside.
So a wormhole bends space like this. So you can
Yeah, gotta do that.
Hey, you stole that one from Event Horizon.
And the spacecraft passes through the gateway. Space returns to normal.
But Coop won't have to make this journey alone.
Same deal right there,
Along for
too.
the ride are these two red shirts, a shape-shifting ATM, this crying girl, and the world's best scientist.
Led by the remarkable Dr. Mann.
Dr. Mann, well, he's remarkable. He's the best of us.
Who doesn't know how an airlock works?
When you open the hatch, the airlock will depressurize.
There is a moment.
Smooth. Witness a visual masterpiece
jeez.
that assaults your eyes with breathtaking effects and assaults your ears with emotional swells that
You
sound
know.
like Hans Zimmer fell asleep on his organ.
I mean, yes, to a degree, but it sounds and it looks amazing. This is one I need to watch.
Damn it, turn it down! I can't hear my own epic voice! So try to follow along.
I need to watch it
with the
again. It's
film
been a
that was
while.
praised by
It's been
no
a
less
while.
than Neil deGrasse Tyson for its scientific accuracy, even though it goes full-blown Shyamalan at the end in the final act that consists
That's
of
true.
Cooper taking a black hole to a five-dimensional tesseract constructed by future humans,
We brought ourselves.
finding his daughter through the power of love,
My connection with Murph, it is quantifiable.
sending himself the
Okay.
coordinates to the secret NASA base that started this whole thing off from behind
Right.
his daughter's bookcase, which is a paradox, by the way,
I brought myself here.
tapping out complex scientific data from inside the black hole in Morse code on the second hand of a wristwatch, which Murph uses to solve gravity and save humanity. Then getting spit out into space unscathed in only a spacesuit, just in time to be picked up by space rangers,
The Rangers found you with only minutes left in your oxygen supply.
who unfreeze his elderly daughter
That's
so they
right.
can finally reunite, only for her to tell him to go back into space after, like, a minute.
Yeah.
So he can go back through the wormhole he just escaped from to find Anne Hathaway. Go ahead, tell us that didn't happen. It's not that we don't understand it, it's just really stupid. Starring the astronaut
man.
farmer, Star Trek, The Math of Caine.
Okay.
And Go Away. Murph. Luigi Affleck. That 70s cameo.
Okay.
Third Dick from the Sun. HAL 9000. And a baked potato.
What's that one?
Christopher Nolan's Contact.
Love is the one
Contact.
thing we're capable of perceiving that transcends dimensions of time and space.
All right. Oh, what? What?
The honest trailer does hit on a lot of things in this one that either don't make sense or are just silly. But this is a very Christopher Nolan-y type of movie. I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet. I hear that's even more so the case. So I still gotta check that out. Have you seen it? Let me know what you thought in the comments. But let's check out the pitch meeting. This is one that I haven't gotten to yet. It's a newer one, which is good. So that's why it worked for this versus. So let's check that one out now. And I'm sure he's got a lot more to say on some subjects the honest trailer touched on. But as is mostly the case, Ryan George kind of takes it to another level. So let's see what he does.
So, you got a new idea for me? Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking
Not
we'd
a
make
movie,
Matthew
an idea?
McConaughey an astronaut. All right. And hey, we should film it while we're at it, make a whole movie out of it. Yeah, no, I didn't mean let's just send Matthew McConaughey to space. I meant in this movie he would play an astronaut. Even better. So what happens in this thing? Okay, so life on Earth sucks, right? Sure, but what happens in the movie? In the movie, life on Earth sucks even more in the future, okay? And all they can grow is corn. There's like a famine going on.
And
Big lumps
okra.
of knob with the juice, I'm familiar. So this ex-NASA pilot, Joe Cooper, is a farmer because they stopped doing space stuff. Oh, and this is McConaughey? It is, and he's a father. He has 2 kids, one of which he loves much more than the other. It's the exact same situation with me and my kids, little Becky and little dumb fart face. He's got his daughter Murph, who's very smart, and this older son Tom, who's, not as smart.
No.
Okay. Oh, as a side note, I met this young man in my travels named Timothy Chalamet. Shows a lot of promise. I think he could be a great Tom. What travels? Anyway, so Murph thinks there's a ghost
Where
in
do
the
you
room
go?
because of these gravitational anomalies, but Cooper
my
is like,
goodness.
stop foreshadowing stuff. What? And then he figures out that this dust that forms some patterns is actually coordinates, and he heads there, and it turns out it's secret NASA. Oh, wow.
He sent himself there, that's right.
Wow. Weird secret NASA is like, hey, we got a secret wormhole mission that we're going to check out because maybe there's other planets we can live on, and we want you to pilot the mission. Why do they want him? Well, they're like, you used to fly for us, so you'd be the only person on board with actual non-simulator flight experience. Come on, let's go. If they knew about him and needed someone exactly like him, why didn't they reach out?
Thank you.
Unclear. And so then he says bye to his kids, and Murph is very upset, and nobody gives a crap about what Tom feels. Who gives a crap? So Cooper meets up with the other scientists
No one gives a
on the
crap.
mission, and they take off towards this wormhole. Wormholes are tight. And so the mission is to go check out these 3 planets that are orbiting a supermassive black hole. Supermassive black holes are tight. Stop. Never. And so these other NASA scientists actually took off towards these planets about 10 years ago and should still be there. Gotcha. So they have a little debate about which planet to check out first, because the one they're right next to turns out has a bunch of time dilation going on. What does that mean? It means down on this planet, 1 hour equals 7 years on Earth. Okay, so I mean, they definitely shouldn't go down on that one first.
Right.
What? Well, if that scientist got there 10 Earth years ago, that means they've probably been on the surface of the planet for a little over an hour. That's probably not enough exploration time. Hey, shut up. So they go down to that one. Oh, okay. But then it turns
They
out
just
this
do
freaking
it.
planet's covered in water, and there are skyscraper-sized waves going around. So they got to get out of there fast. But this one scientist, Brand, she wants to collect the data before they leave. So she goes and does that.
Yeah.
Why bother with the data if the planet's clearly not habitable? Dramatic tension. So then this other scientist dies because he wanted to look at the waves instead of running, I guess. And then the engine gets flooded. And so by the time they get out of there, 23 Earth years have passed. Wow. So Cooper has all these video messages from Tom. Worthless. And he sees him grow up, have a kid, says he wants to name the next one Coop. Cooper, this guy sucks. And there's one message from Murph, who's now a sad scientist trying to save humanity. Oh, that's the good child right there. That's the Becky for sure. So anyway, then they head to the next planet on the list and wake up the scientist, who it turns out is Matt Damon. Oh my God. Yeah, I figure we could do a little Matt Damon jump scare, not put him in any promotional stuff, just have him pop out. Why? Because, I think this might be a cool way to kick off the stranded astronaut phase of his career.
There we go.
That's oddly specific. You're oddly specific, excuse me, in that you are a unique snowflake. Very special. I like you a lot. We have the same face. No, I have glasses. So Matt Damon is like, hey, this planet's
makes
not
it different.
so bad. We might be able to live here for real. Nice. But then it turns out he's a mean Matt Damon, and he tries to kill Cooper.
That's right.
Oh, no, why does he do that? Because this planet actually sucks, and he knew they wouldn't come rescue him unless he sent positive signals. Friggin' Matt Damon, friggin' jerk. Stupid Matt Damon. Yeah, but then he dies when he's trying to leave because he didn't dock the ship properly. Oh, whoops. Whoopsie. So now there's only Cooper and Brand left, and they have to do this super high-speed spinny docking thing, and then Cooper's gonna sacrifice himself. What do you mean? Well, he kind of launches Brand and the ship towards the next planet, and he gets sucked into that black hole. Wow, so he dies and turns into space spaghetti? He turns into space-getty? No, he goes behind a bookshelf. What? Yeah, it turns out this thing led to a 5th-dimensional tesseract thing, and now he's behind the bookcase in Murph's childhood room. What's going on? So he realizes he can gravity to communicate.
Literally.
He was the ghost knocking books off the shelf. Oh, twisty. So in Morse code, he spells out out the word stay, which is the same word that Murph had deciphered on the day he left. Oh, so he does the thing that he knows doesn't work. Interesting strategy. Yeah, and then it doesn't work. What? Anyway, so then he sends some of the important gravity equations to Murph through binary on an old watch, which lets her save humanity. Wow, must have been hard for her to piece together that her dad was communicating to her via the fifth dimension through a broken watch. Actually, it was super easy. Barely an
so much
inconvenience.
information.
Oh, really? Yeah, because see, I can write whatever I want here, so she just kind of pieces it together out of thin air. Sick! He gets rescued and gets to see his daughter, who's super old and dying now, and she's like, hey, Dad, good to see you. Now get out of here. Hasn't she waited for his return her whole life? Yeah, but the movie's over now, so he gets on a spaceship and takes off to go find Brand. Wow. And so that's about it. What do you think? Well, here's an idea. Instead of that mind-bendy bookshelf thing, what if we have Coop fight some aliens and there's a big sky? No, I have to try. No, yeah, this is pretty good. Thank you. I think this is going to be one of the best movies about checking out other planets for valuable resources featuring Timothy Chalamet ever. That's oddly specific. You're oddly specific.
I had a feeling he would hit a little bit more on the son dynamic, which it was just very apparent. He loved his daughter more than his son. This is what it was. But I always forget that it was Timothy Chalamet. It's funny how he goes into the whole Dune scenario. As far as he's going to be in a movie that's, kind of similar to a degree. But which one's better? Dune or Interstellar? Dune's more fun. I will give it that. And Dune Part 2 looks amazing as well. But yeah, this was a good one. This was a good one. Let me know your thoughts on Interstellar, though. It's one of those movies, again, it's a Christopher Nolan feeling movie, like most of his films. I haven't seen Dunkirk yet. That's the only one that I noticed doesn't get as much play when people talk about Christopher Nolan films. They'll do like top 10s or just kind of rank his movies. It'll be in there. But I don't hear about that movie much like I hear about the others. So I got to watch that one still. I think it's on HBO Max, so I'll catch that one. But obviously Oppenheimer is his newest. It's getting a lot of buzz, a lot of praise. It's made over $500 million globally, which is pretty cool as well. It's staying in IMAX for a little bit longer, I think, through the rest of this month because of how well it's been doing. And obviously, I got to do the Barbenheimer pitch meeting as well, coming up soon. But I got to watch both movies. I haven't watched Barbie either. The times are just weird. I watched Talk to Me recently. I watched Ninja Turtles. Just the times were better right after work for those movies. The other ones, Barbie and Oppenheimer, the times just are a little bit odd. So I'm hoping to get to those this weekend, possibly. I'm working on it, and I'll do the reviews for that as well. But this was great. This was funny. Pitch meeting gets this one for me. Both are great, but pitch meeting is just, I don't know. It worked. It worked a little bit better for some of the things he was talking about here. So let me know your favorite part in the comments below. Check out the other videos I got for you guys as always, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.